the grind. Listen, okay, if there's one thing in this life that we all have to get through is the grind. Right now I'm working 2 jobs. I'm studying for my CompTIA exam. I'm studying to get into this internship that I just interviewed for today. I'm also in school for cybersecurity, and something I've been caught up with recently was that I can't even see the time with this, but I've been caught up with recently is that I hate it. I hate having 2 jobs. I hate working all these hours just to make 55K a year. Like it's almost not even worth it. Okay, I hate working all these hours to get nowhere. I hate being in debt, and although I'm almost out of it, the process and the habit of paying off that debt in the way that I'm doing it is so tiring. It's so exhausting. Nobody wants to do it like me. Nobody wants to do it like me. But at the end of the day, even in those type of emotional situations, I really, luckily I have a system, a discipline, right, in order to combat that. But even recently, I just wanted to be free. I wanted to fly away and disappear from all my problems or whatnot. And I needed to remember that I had hopes and dreams, and I had to remember my vision. I had to remember that, like, I can't give up. I can't quit. I can complain about it, but I can't quit, you know? And even recently, right, I just had a burst of energy. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, but it's important to have systems in place in order to push through the times, in order to persevere through the times where you may not be feeling it that day, or you may not be feeling up to it. Like even today, this is my second workout today. I'm mainly shooting this video because my audio sucked for the last one. You'll see that one because it's going to be 5 minutes. It's going to be a nice classic video that I normally did, but it just been emotionally been really wishy-washy. Mentally, it's been a struggle. Physically, I've been fatigued. I've been going to bed like an hour after I'm supposed to, up studying, up editing, up doing something, and it kind of sucks because I want to get my full day's rest. I haven't felt fully rested since January. I've never felt fully rested since January, but it's a blessing because I get to suffer for the thing that I really want in this life instead of suffering just because I made terrible decisions, or suffering just because I have poor life circumstances, or because my parents didn't make the correct decisions or smart decisions when they were my age, or maturing into who they are today. But the grind, dude, the grind never stops. The grind doesn't end. If you talk to anybody 30, 40, 50, 60, they're still grinding to this day. Whether it's to keep their mind right, whether it's to keep their vision right, whether they were raised a certain type of way, everyone's grinding for something. Even if it's just to survive, straight up, which is kind of unfortunate if you're grinding to survive. But hope and a plan, hope and a plan, hope and a plan. I talk about this all the time. If you have hope for your future and you have a plan to help you get there, you'll be better than 80% of these people in this life. And then from there, all you have to do is execute and continue for an extremely long time while refining your craft or becoming better on a regular basis. But I'll make this last set, and then we'll go to our next exercise. 1 second. Bro, tonight has not been my night. I've been messing up on my mic. I forget I put on a timer. The timer stops the freaking camera from recording. It's just all bad. But that's what the grind is teaching me right now. The grind is teaching me, like, throughout your journey of improvement, there are going to be moments in time where you feel weak, where you feel fatigued, where you feel challenged, and you don't even know if you're going to make it on the other side, you know? And, or you're going to make it on the other side, but oh my gosh. But at the end of it, if you actually stick to your plan and you actually have vision for your future, then you're going to be fine. Like, the grind is it teaches you that you gotta disassociate from your feelings for stuff that doesn't really matter. You know, like recently I've just been annoyed and stuff at work over small stuff, like I don't get no help, but everybody else gets help. You know, but I don't really need it because I'm good by myself. You know, and it's good if someone helps, but I shouldn't be looking for that. I shouldn't be looking to be relying on somebody else to get to the place where I need to go. Obviously, ask for help if you're struggling, but like, don't expect it to always be coming to you. Sometimes you got to figure out stuff yourself, right? In addition to that, another thing that the grind's been teaching me is that I'm gonna go through all these emotions, and I still have to go on the path that I chose. You know, I've been feeling fatigued from from working out so much. I feel tired from going to sleep an hour later than I'm supposed to. I've been getting diet fatigue because I'm tired of eating chicken and rice all the dang time. So I switched to noodles and ground turkey. Okay, straight up. But not even just that. I've been just changing a whole lot of stuff up because now I've reached a point where I'm coming over the edge and I'm pouring failed right now. And so now I got to change some stuff up because I get discouraged. I get in my head up in here like this is going to be my life, literally chicken and rice all the time. Nah, just switch some stuff up. Continue on the path that you're going to. I talked about this in a couple of videos beforehand about how if you make your heart a part of your schedule, it becomes easy to you. Straight up. When I tell people I work out, I work 2 jobs, I work out, I edit videos, I edit videos, I go to school, I'm studying for an internship, I'm studying for my CompTIA exam. Like, when I tell people that, like, they're shocked or surprised, or they tell me how uneventful that their life is or their schedule is, and I'm just like, and a part of it is like a sense of pride because I'm doing something that not a lot of other people are doing, but at the same time, that could be you too. And the thing is, I'm not even going to be able to see the results from this until 5 years from now, which freaking sucks. Like, I wish I could actually see it in real time, but I just want reassurance and confirmation that the path I'm going on is correct, and I'm not going to get that until maybe 5 years later, or until a mentor comes along and guides me along, which you should be looking for one at all times. But at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna hit the set. Not even just that. The second thing the grind is teaching me is that you're gonna have to cut some things off real quick. Okay? I've been cutting off my game time. I'm working on cutting off some of my social events because I really love going to those, man. I really love going to those. But I have to stop it for at least maybe a month or so to get where I need to go. And it's really hard for me to let go because I'm a social creature. I don't want to isolate myself. Like, when I isolate myself, I just have negative habits, you know, like I'm a gooner, man. I'm a porn addict. And I'm like, I can't be isolating myself because that's what I fall into. Because when I'm in the grind, I'm searching for dopamine of some kind. And corn is very cheap dopamine. It's very cheap dopamine. and or even video games, man. When when I do well in a game, dude, I'm like, oh yeah, very cheap dopamine. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And I didn't even realize it until it was pointed out to me when I was talking with my buddies, my support group, and I'm just like, I'm basically going into it. Basically, what I'm talking to you right now, and they're like, just cut it out, dude. Right? And that's all it really takes. All it takes is for me cutting out the bad habits and just adding more positive stuff in my life to where I can I can just push all the bad stuff out of me, not away from me, not push it to the side, but out of me, through my ears, through my pores, through my eyes, through my head. That's all mental. But at the end of the day, it's you versus you. It's you versus you. In this grind, is you versus you. Is you versus your heart. Is you versus your head. Is you versus your actions. That's what you do. In order to come out on top, all those things have to be congruent, and you have to be intentional on improving constantly. Whether you need a mentor, or you have to pay for it, you need to take a class, whatever it takes. But you have to put in the work in order to get there, because no one else is going to do it for you. I'm going to hit this last hit, then I'm going to go to the next exercise. Good thing I've been learning. I mean, second or third, I forget. But there are things I'm learning from the grind. Um, one of those things is through the grind, I'm realizing my strengths, you know? And one of those things is, well, really my social skills are my strength, which I'm always trying to improve on. And, and it really showed in this interview how I think about myself when you know, like most of the time I try to remain humble in my head because I always get cocky, and then that's when I fall. And that's what I always worry about is if I start, taking pride in what I do, I get prideful, and then I fail, and then all of a sudden I don't feel like doing this anymore, right? Like even recently this week, I took 4 days off in the gym, even though I'm supposed to be 4 days on, 3 days off, mainly because I was just tired. I was fatigued. I was done, dude. I was done. I was so done with working out. I was so done with freaking. I got 2 minutes, but I was just so done with just like trying to improve, to be about life, because it all felt pointless, dude. I don't even know how to explain it to y'all. Okay, I've been like in my head, in my mind, dude. I've been running circles. I've been running circles in my head for no reason, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Worried about this, worried about this, worried about this, worried about that, worried about freaking whether or not I'm gonna look the way I need to look in the next couple months or so. Even though if I'm following the right path and I'm tracking my calories, I'm working out consistently. At least try to work till failure. I'm always improving on my reps or my weight in my weights. My reps. What the heck? The reps or the weight in my weightlifting. Jeez. Oh my goodness. But even right now, I'm thinking super fast because I've been so like mentally, what's it called? Battered by myself my whole life. Like negative self talk is a real thing, dude. I like even recently, and it doesn't come out as like negative self talk at first because it sounds like self improvement stuff, right? But like even recently, I've been looking at my physique in a negative way. Like the body dysmorphia has been real. Hold on one second. The body dysmorphia has been real. I look at myself in the mirror and I was looking at my stomach and I realized a lot of my fat goes straight to my stomach. And I'm like, dude, what am I going to do with that? And it's just not a good look on my frame. I look like one of those freaking aliens from Men in Black. Like, the, hey, how you doing? Like those ones, like that's what I look like. And I'm like, yeah, I got to change that. But I'm also in the bulk. And I've been doing good, dude. I went from, I think, 154 to like 160. And I don't even think I got that much body fat on me in comparison. I think I grow like zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.4 pounds a week. But regardless, I I'm so caught up in the results that I want now. I'm not loving and learning in the process of becoming the result, you know? But anywho, first thing I learned is that I gotta persevere through everything. Second thing I learned is is mental resilience. In this life, it's gonna be hard. Essentially, what I'm trying to say here is communication is my strength, and through my negative self-talk, I'm demonstrating that through the way I think about myself, through the interview process of just expressing my actual thoughts, feeling unfiltered, feeling free to say what I want to say about myself without feeling like I'm hurting somebody else's feelings or or dimming someone else's light by the way I'm talking about myself. But it also is a double-edged sword because in my negative self-talk, I actually believe what I'm saying, even though it's not true, you know. But we work around it all the time, and because of my emotionalness, I'm so up and down, especially right now through the grind, of feeling like I just am not gonna make it. You know, and that just amplifies everything. But that's basically what it is. One of my weaknesses, so I've been learning about the grind. So another one of my strengths, another one of my strengths is my mental resilience. I've been building mental resilience through the process. You know, like I'm starting to fully understand more and more that everything that I'm feeling, that I'm doing, that affects me everywhere else but physically, it's just all in my head or partly in my heart, and it's something that's not like inconquerable. You know, because sometimes it can feel like it's impossible to conquer because you're in your head all the. Oh, this is easy. You're in your head all the time, thinking about like what you're not doing or what you can't do, or just focus on everything that doesn't really push you forward, and instead focusing on stuff that keeps you in the same place or holds you back from what you can become. And you'll never really get to the point of persevering and becoming if you don't start because you're in your head, or you stop because your mind consumes you. Like, you know, the quote of he who thinks all the time only thinks. I forgot how it goes, so I'm gonna find the clip. But you can't just think your way through life. You gotta do your way through life too. Straight up. Um and I'm gonna try to be living proof of that. Like even now, studying. You guys heard the whole spill. But that's the point. Is that you keep going for a long time. I just hope I'm hoping I'm getting the point across that you just gotta pick a path, improve constantly, be intentional in improvement, and you'll see the results. You just won't see it at the time because you're going through it. Luckily, I'm self-aware enough to share this with you, but like, yo, like imagine I didn't have this. I just be feeling all this stuff without anybody to share it with. But anyway, it's only set you're gonna see this. Forget to plug in my mic. It's irritating at this point. But basically, one of the weaknesses I want to talk about was that, like, I understand that I have a hard time talking to strangers who are women mainly, because when I meet them, I'm trying to figure out who they are, what they're about. But I'm not really good at that unless I spend a significant amount of times with them. But like recently, I realized that I haven't talked to any girl like outside of my circle for like 3-4 years ish. When I think about it, like I don't really talk to girls for the connection with girls outside of church and work and school, like literally. Ah. But that's an area that I want to improve in. You know, I might be overly expressive. I might be have to work on my communication style. Um, Basically, the situation was, I don't know. She was probably joking. I don't think she was joking, but something that one of the girls says that she just likes lying to men, and that might be a personal thing, but it kind of hurt my feelings because I'm just like, damn, that's the way y'all be feeling. Y'all just hate me. You know, I'm trying to be. kind, charismatic, practicing that stuff. And obviously it might be a little bit, it might seem, fake, like a facade. I'm not really surprised about that. When I was in the world or whatnot, I was, I just lie all the time. So I get it. But, gotta hurt because I'm just like, dang, I'm doing a bad job of like, of being cool because I want to leave a good impression on just about everybody that I come into contact with. And if I don't, hey, I either will stand 10 toes about what I said, what I did, whatever, or if I don't remember, I'll just apologize because I don't remember none of that crap. But anyway, this is going to be the last exercise, and then I'm heading home because I'm tired. As you can see, like I'm literally like losing consciousness as I'm talking to you guys. But anyway, this stuff I just learned on the grind. If you don't remember the points, just rewatch the video. Triumph Athletic. This is the drip. This is the Tokyo Legends version of stuff. But this is epic. Anywho, adios. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. Adios.